Understanding the various components of the building envelope begins here at the Carpenter's Apprentice and Training Center. Instructor Craig Triplett provides a unique perspective of the techniques and materials used in attic insulation.
Now, Craig, this is a good example of what your typical attic frame will be once the house is constructed, correct?
Correct, correct. We have basically all the ceiling joists or the bottom cords of the trusses. Going across our walls, interior walls, we have basically our ceilings drywalled, and then with the electricians making their holes through there, the plumber making their holes through the actual attic floor, our scuttle hole,
Sure.
our flues, we're going to end up with basically areas that we need to air seal.
Okay.
So once we air seal it, then we're able to add insulation. But we want to make sure it's air sealed prior to insulation. So what we have over here, we have basically an attic floor using different materials that we could possibly use. At the far end, we have cellulose that we're able to blow in once it's air sealed. We have rolls of bats, fiberglass, rolled out through the attic floor. And then we also have basically blown in fiberglass. And we have to achieve a certain R value in our attics, so in all of our buildings. So what we need to do is make sure that we use the right materials and then the right thicknesses of the materials. Again, the key is air sealing first and then the insulation.
Okay. And one of the other important factors is obviously in the attic is the airflow. So I see you have your baffles in place and things like that.
Correct, because once we get our thickness of our insulation up high enough, it'll actually block the airflow coming from our soffit
Sure.
vents. And we need to get our airflow to be able to flow up to our ridge vents so that any moisture that might be in our attic is able to evacuate. So again, no condensation issues because it's going to lead to basically rotting out our buildings.
Right. And what important too, people don't realize you have your attic access, scuttles, things like that. Everything you want to make sure you're insulating.
Correct. Most attic scuttle holes, a sheet of drywall that was cut out. They put the drywall on top of a trim package, and that's it. It needs to be gasketed. It needs to have some weight to it. So we add rigid foam to this
Sure.
to build it up, and then we add, insulation. So our scuttle hole should be, R49 if the rest of the attic is going to be R49. So we need to match the R value over that.
Okay. Again, it's just the importance of kind of carrying everything through in the continuity of really creating this whole system.
A continuous air barrier, a continuous thermal barrier.